Good afternoon. Yeah, disappointing outcome, disappointing performance, disappointing effort, but give Bonnies a ton of credit. They came out with the right mindset, the right emphasis on toughness and playing hard, and I think that changed the game. That first half, that first start of the game, they had a couple of segments in the first half where they really, set the tone of what type of game it was, and the rest is just, BS for real. Playing hard after you are down or playing hard after you've given up a certain amount of offensive rebounds. We got to be tougher. We'll get back to the drawing board, and we'll improve.
Can you point to any reason, for the first 10, 12 minutes?
Yeah, looking into a bunch of things internally. Our warm-up, I don't know if practices are too long, too hard, but we just look spiritually dead to start the game. No emotion, no fight, and they just took the game to us. And make no mistake about it. Tough dudes still run the basketball world. Tough pill to swallow as a coach, seeing that. But, I thought it was some guys, when I think of Ryan Mila, I think of Eli even, I think of Anton Bonk, Bensley always plays that way, that came in and gave us a real spark from a toughness. Bryce obviously always plays that way. We just got to really, I got to really commit to those guys that play hard, play tough, play for us more.
Yeah, Kim, my question was going to be about Ryan, and particularly the lift that he gives you every time he comes on the floor. He was a +8 tonight. Just, what does he do for you?
Yeah, he has a spirit. He has an incredible spirit. He has a great moxie and feel for the game. Now, with him, it's compounding those days in practice, being as dialed in practice as he is in the games. Had a few lapses tonight that were costly. But again, I'll live with all of Oswin's, all of Ryan Mila's mistakes. I'll live with the mistakes that they're learning in games about guarding a shooter or executing a play late. But yeah, he's been great, and he's going to continue to, up his role and his minutes.
Coach, you've now lost to 3 A-10 teams on the season, Davidson, Rhode Island, and now St. Bonaventure. What can you kind of take away from playing all 3 of these teams with the A-10 being such a great conference to kind of compete against?
It doesn't matter what conference they're in. They're good teams and great programs, great coaches doing a great job.
Kim, another night, points in the paint, you got beat by 20. Is it like a communication thing or just lapses on defense? What about giving up all those points?
Well, in the first half, it was offensive rebounding and layups. Our inability, our offense is based on passing and movement. It's based on passing and movement. And in the first half, it looked like it was based on dribbling and standing. They did a good job getting in there. In the second half, it was a little bit better in moments, but they made some big plays, in the second half getting in there.
Kim, no Bryce tonight. Was it more just managing the load right now because of 3 games in a week for you guys, or?
Yeah, he played a little more minutes against DePaul and Rhode Island, and we had won it. He had a funny landing in the DePaul game. Everything's good structurally with his knee. I just wanted to give him some rest and make sure he's okay. We have a plan for Bryce, and we're sticking to that plan.
Kim, was he able to practice after DePaul, or did you guys know pretty early on that you wouldn't have him today?
Yeah, we've seen the fall, recovery, treatment on his knee. Got an MRI, everything structurally fine, but just wanted to give him some time to, don't want to overuse him. you know, especially early as he's coming back.
Kim, what was the message to your group when, you know, St. Bonaventure threw those couple first punches in the first half?
Yeah, you know, forget basketball, where you stand as a man. You know, I would love to, you know, but I can't box out or dive on the floor or go for a loose ball with two hands. That stuff sets the tone. It was a play early in the game. They had a kid, one of our guys goes for the ball with one hand, one of their guys went for the ball with two. You know, rebounding, physically hitting someone and going to pursue the ball with two hands, you know, finishing at the rim. That's, forget basketball. That's stuff as an adult man.
Even with all that, you had a three from Rich that would have tied it, that was halfway down at the end. At that point, it just described the difficulty maybe of running uphill through the first 39 and a half minutes or so.
I mean, possessions are gold. And every possession in the game matters so much. I've always thought when we as a staff, or me, when I start the referees and stuff, that's when I know my team's not playing tough enough. When you start living and dying on the outcome of a ball rattling in or out, or a referee making a call here or there, or a bad whistle late, it's so much stuff that happened before that. The softness early in the game makes the margins then late in the game. When you fight back and come back and all that crap, whatever, you know, do it early. Do it to start the game. You know, don't put your head down and cry, put your head in the towel in the locker room. Do that early. Do that early. Don't do it late. Do it. You good, you gotta fight, you know, whatever, but start the game with that same type of urgency.